We just got a massive trade update about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Two names that are believed to be available, two names that may be up for grabs when it comes to trades with the Cavs, and two names that aren't. We're going to talk about why they are or aren't here on Cavs Digest. Billy Beebe, back with you. Excited to be with you. We added a new little ticker below, just part of the advancing channel here on Cavs Digest, whether it's the little things or the big things we are bringing to you in and out of the season. We're in off-season right now, so tons of trades and signings and how we feel about different players. And, I mean, there's so much to talk about right now. So if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't dropped down in the comments, it's a good time to do so. Of course, the channel's over 2,000 subscribers, getting near 3. Excited if you haven't jumped on board with us to do so. Really enjoyed. We're getting close to a year old, so I appreciate everybody who has jumped in with us. And if you haven't yet, again, we want you to be a part of it because we have a busy offseason to talk Cavs basketball. There's a ton to talk about. There's a lot happening. So I want to get to the Cavaliers who, man, kind of running through their roster, looking at options heading into this offseason. We can throw out ideas. We can take reports. But it is important to assess who is available, how the team feels about players, what they can do with them. We've talked plenty about, but actually what they think. And the big thing for me was the other day, I was just thinking to myself, is Donovan Mitchell untouchable? Is there a scenario where the front office thinks about Donovan Mitchell and says, hey, 2 straight years at the end of the season, no matter what happened during the regular season, end of the season, his knee is hurt and he is either not playing or he is not playing to a high level. And I thought to myself, is there a world where they deem him and say, okay, he is not untouchable. We may need to consider some options. He's on an extension. We can get a lot for him, so on and so forth. Now, again, you can already voice your opinion on that. Drop down in the comments on that. I don't want to trade Donovan Mitchell. I don't think he's available. But again, I thought this was a question worth asking. Next day, Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com, comes out and talks about, with the core 4, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley are untouchable. Not available for trade, it seems, in his opinion. And I do believe Chris Fedor pretty plugged in with the Cavs and their team and everything they do. And says he would be getting the sense that the Cavs would be more than willing to entertain and consider possibilities for Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland as they have in the past. We know last year, Garland, despite everything he'd kind of been through with the team, they, just had to look at some options there. He had such a bad year. He had such an attitude to go with it that they had to at least consider it. Same with Jarrett Allen. He had done multiple years there. He hadn't showed up in the playoffs 2 straight years. He was hurt in one, and the light's too bright in the other. So unsurprising to me that they were considering those options last year. They also, I fully believe, until he signed an extension, were considering a Donovan Mitchell trade. They had to. You go to this offseason, I think Donovan Mitchell more than proved himself. All-NBA first team. Evan Mobley more than proved himself. Defensive Player of the Year, All-NBA second team. It is unsurprising to me that those 2 guys are not available for trade. Okay, and if you disagree, you can drop down in the comments, let me know. Voice your opinion. That's what we like to hear. Is it surprising that Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell are not available for trade? Is that surprising you? Now, getting to Garland and Allen, again, you can just upfront voice your opinion. Is it surprising to you that these guys are available? We'll start with Allen. I mean, very unsurprising. Very unsurprising. Year after year, there seems to be a question mark floating around him. And this year, the one playoff game you won against Indiana, he was tremendous, and you still go into the offseason asking yourself, is Jarrett Allen the right fit? Is Jarrett Allen tough enough? Is Jarrett Allen meant to be a big in today's NBA, whether that be, that run and gun or even that physicality? I'm not sure. So for me personally, not surprising that Jarrett Allen is available for trade. We have made many videos about options, about where it stands with Jarrett Allen, and I think he's a guy we really have to look at this offseason as a piece to move. Not only has he proven himself for you in the regular season, he's done some good things in the postseason, and he just signed an extension. That is enticing as hell to teams. A solid, proven player, generally good health, I will say, and on an extension and younger than you think. Who thinks Jarrett Allen's 27? I'm always surprised that Jarrett Allen's 27. Feels 31, 32. So I think a lot of teams would jump at the opportunity. I think you could work out a swap with other teams. Even look at getting Jarrett Allen and upgrading, giving him and Isaac Okoro for a Bam Adebayo and Dean Wade for a Bam Adebayo. I don't know. Figuring something out with that. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts on Jarrett Allen. I don't really see him as a fan favorite. I know people like him and they know what he can do for this team, but they also know his flaws, and they've seen them live in the playoffs for 4 straight years now. Flipping over to Garland, it's the same. You have a 25-year-old who, looks great when he plays and can be really, really good. And if he's your number one, maybe can do some really special things for you. We may never be able to confirm that just because of where he plays and how he plays. But, again, extended, young, efficient, all-star. I mean, what else do I need to add with Darius Garland? He's a good player. So if teams are interested in Darius Garland, it's, definitely an option to look at a trade for him. It's not surprising he's available. Once again, 2 straight years. Say what you want. I'm a count injury against. I think that's part of the game. So if you are hurt, that is something you have or you don't have. Health, right? LeBron has had health most of his career. So I've always given him that credit. So I'm sorry for Darius Garland. 2 straight years unhealthy, not playing well at the end of the year. 2 straight years, and against the Knicks. And how many times did we have to call for Darius Garland to wake up against the Knicks? So again, this is a gauge how people feel. People are more connected to Garland. They drafted him. He was terrible to start his career here and really developed into something. Jarrett Allen has just felt like the steal of the century. Still unbelievable. You traded Dante Exum and some pick swaps to the Nets to get him. So with these trades, I do respect it's different feelings for different players. But to me, and you can, again, drop down in the comments, let us know what you think. It is unsurprising that the 2 available are Garland and Allen, and the 2 unavailable are Mitchell and Mobley. Mobley getting better every year of his career. Mitchell, unbelievable in the MVP conversation, All-NBA first team. What I did mention, the injuries towards the end of the year, the slowing down towards the end of the year, but it's a hell of a player. He's been a hell of a player, and he signed an extension with you. Unsurprising to me that Mitchell and Mobley are unavailable, and unsurprising to me that Garland and Allen are available or will be available according to Cleveland.com's Chris Fedor. You drop down in the comments. You let us know what you think about who's available for the Cavaliers and why. If we were talking about the core 4 today, but if there's other guys that it's clear or easy, go ahead and drop their names. Do we have to make major upgrades, right? I said, hey, Garland for Poole. I don't want to do it, but I said the only reason they would is to mix the team up. Those are the type of trades you might have to make. Those are the type of trades we're going to talk about when you stay up to date here on Cavs Digest.